Hey guys, SAKGaming here, and we're back with another episode of Desert Smash Weekly. It's good to see you guys back. It was a pretty fun weekend. We definitely had a great tournament in Gambit April. Kind of a smaller tournament, obviously. It felt almost like a throwback to like the old FDs, except for without Shane or Appa Chai. But still a fun tournament. And well, let's get started with our results for the week. At least first, we had TGZ Tuesday. We had April 25th. 17 entrants. SAKGaming takes first place, I believe, for the 5th week in a row. M.Dot in second, and Noah in third. Head over to Smash Lab for, at the SAKGaming Lounge. Wednesday night, there was no doubles, but singles did have 19 entrants, and the stream was run by TG once again. Thank you again to Steven for a great opportunity. Really exciting tournament actually, as Waldo, the Samus player, takes first place, SAKGaming takes second, and Executioner third, Smash Game Boy in fourth. Good stuff to Waldo once again. Thursday night, staying at SAK, load over to Sinkerswim number 30. Congrats to Steven for 30 in a row here. We've got 23 entrants in singles. SAKGaming takes first, Pow's Kami in second, V3 Zelkanuzmer in third, and Pow's Wolfen in fourth. Good stuff, guys. And then in the amateur bracket, 15 entrants, Calor continues his streak of first place wins in amateur brackets. SOC's Water in second, and Anomalies in third. Apparently Calor is just using his money of winning, or his free brackets every week to go and win amateur brackets, so see how long that streak goes. Friday night, we have Super Smash Jacks up in Flagstaff, 28th tournament here, last tournament of the semester. And congrats to Thor and the whole Flagstaff scene for staying very vitalized and active through the Super Smash Jacks. They had a little bit of a fun side bracket tonight in reverse mains, so you play your opponent's main. So the Weasel, normal Rosalina Luma main, anyone who played against him would have to play Rosalina. Weasel takes first, Zeal, who people had to play Dr. Mario against, takes second, and then Demo Link takes third. So that's kind of a fun side event. Maybe we'll pop it up in Phoenix sometimes. It sounds fun to me. And then in singles bracket at Super Smash Jacks, 19 entrants. TG's the Weasel in first, Lizak in second, Jerry in third, PK Thor in fourth. And of course, main event. Let's talk about Gambit. We've got, well, we'll start with the amateur bracket here. It was a pretty small event compared to our monthlies in the past, obviously, but we still had enough for a pretty cool amateur bracket. Pow's Kami took first, SOC's Coco in second, and PG Scorch in third. Doubles bracket, only 14 teams, but definitely still some powerhouse teams. We've got SS and Latai taking first place, M.Dot and Ollie take second, and Stroder and Spearwing take third. And then 54 entrants in the singles bracket. Really cool tournament. But it's going to be SAKGaming taking first place, CE's Felix in second, TG Ollie in third, Googs in fourth, SAK Schroeder and SAK Spearwing in fifth, and Pow's Junior Z and V3 Cybers in seventh. So really cool tournament here. And let's discuss PR really shortly here. So Gambit obviously had a lot of implications on our coming PR decision. Of course, we're about 2/3 of the way through our PR season right now, so still quite a bit of time to decide on what's going to happen and quite a lot of results to come. But, of course, Gambit April, there was no Latai, no SS, no Solid, no Appa, so lots of missing names. But we do have some pretty significant results here. We have Psyche over Felix, 2-1. Psyche taking Grands 2-0. Taking 2 sets of Grands, and Felix actually 3-0ing Psyche in winners finals. Psyche taking a set off Ollie, one of his usual bracket demons actually, and then Psyche taking out Spearwing in a very tight set. And you got Felix taking a set off Psyche obviously, and Felix beating Ollie, and then some other guys with some wins. We got Ollie over taking a set off Stroder, Stroder taking a set off Spearwing, Spearwing taking a set off Junior Z. And then, so we got Googs and Cybers here making it to top 8, so they might actually be putting in their hats for the PR race. But we've got a little bit of a clearer picture now about maybe at least at least what top 5 is going to start looking like. Psyche, of course, is still staying very close to that top level. But now that Ollie's finally got to a tournament, maybe he can finally get in there. And Felix still looking pretty strong, so he may be thrusting himself into that top 5 slot. And let's just discuss our tournament schedule. We've got TGZ on Tuesday night, Sink or Swim Thursday night, Smash Lab moving to Friday night this week, guys. Don't forget that. There's not gonna be any tournament on Wednesday night at SAKGaming Lounge. Don't show up. Go Friday. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I think we're gonna have a lot of turnout for both Smash 4 and Melee. Should be really great. And then of course we have TGG 2GGC Greninja Saga, May 20th. That's our big tournament that everyone's looking forward to right now. So try to make it to that, guys. But without further ado, let's get started with our interview with Felix. Hey guys, we are here with our interview with Felix. It's CE's Felix, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's what everyone wanted to hear, so thanks for coming, Felix.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you later. So let's talk about this Facebook post first. We're just gonna go all in on social media today. We're gonna talk about some Facebook, some Twitter. Tell me about this interesting Facebook post you made, this novel you wrote.
Yeah. So basically, just some context. I went to a Thursday local, and I wanted to try out my secondaries there because I haven't gone to. I just wanted to have fun. It was going well until about when I played Kami. I played my Donkey Kong game 1, but I saw that he was taking it kind of seriously. So I'm just like, whatever. So I decided. And game 5 last hit, he played really well, and he ended up beating me. And then I guess I kind of got upset about because the whole crowd kind of popped off a little, and that kind of made me a little upset.
Right.
So, and then in regards to my post, what I was basically talking about is. There's been a lot of discussion about how a lot of top players, they don't come out to a lot of weeklies, and then that kind of frustrates people, which, yeah, they do have a point, but at the same time, it's kind of hard for all these weeklies, and then half the time, since it's just a weekly, I understand that there's a lot of people who use weeklies as a chance to improve, but for us, we're more focused on I guess the larger tournaments, like the monthlies, the out-of-states, and the, I guess, Rise, you could say, like those types of tournaments.
Right.
So I just wanted to do something like try out a secondary. I feel like that's really hard. A lot of pressure to do well, I guess.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I totally respect the idea of trying out secondaries at a tournament. And it's not just been PR players that do that. Like, we've seen Kami just take a little bit of lesser results and go Marth to try out his Marth. I've seen Wolfen just go Duck Hunt. Not because he's picking up Duck Hunt, just because he wanted to play Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
And then you see guys, Static was one who always played weird characters up at random tournaments.
Duck Hunt again.
Not just Duck Hunt, but lots of other characters, Yoshi, and then you see like Weasel up in Flag, and so it seems to me like Flagstaff and Tucson are more accustomed to the idea of, I don't really want to take this tournament too seriously, so I just want to play a different character.
Yeah.
I don't know why Phoenix isn't super down with that, but and you'd think we would be when we have 5 tournaments a week.
Yeah. Well, again, I guess it's because they just want to improve, because Tucson and Flagstaff, they do have a lot of talent, and then they're a pretty close group, I feel like, but since I guess you could say Phoenix is such a larger area that people, I feel like, are more geared towards winning, which that is a good mindset, but at the same time, I just want to improve and have fun at a lot of these locals.
Right, yeah. And I think there's some middle ground there, because you mentioned like you had this desire to play seriously against Kami because he wanted to play seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And that's interesting to me, because you look at something like one of the best explanations best examples I can think of is this weekend. Googs was playing against Stroder, and Googs ended up getting the win on Stroder, but Stroder played. I don't even know what the characters he played the first.
He played random.
Yeah, he actually played random, and then he picked Marth at the end, right?
He went random and got Marth.
He went random and got Marth. So
yeah, I
like,
random all 5 games.
so Goog's like kind of lucked into getting a half of a character that Schroeder actually plays, and he was at least kind of happy about that. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, from Goog's perspective, it's like, yay, I got a PR win. Yay, I got a win in top 8 at a monthly. But it doesn't mean anything because Schroeder didn't take it seriously. So it's like,
Yeah.
I would have had this chance because I got to a top player, or one of our region's top players, but he didn't care.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, that would be worse than like getting 3-0'd.
Yeah, like I mean, of course you have the monthlies, like the Gambits or the FT. Well, not FT anymore, but you have the Gambits where, especially in top 8, you do want to try a lot more because, well, it's top 8 at a large tournament. It kind of matters a lot.
Yeah, I agree. You want to put your best results in the biggest tournaments, of course. Just like is necessary if you want to get on PR.
Yeah.
And that's what you guys have done in the past, and that's where, like, I mean, Junior Z and Amdod were examples of players who did really well at weeklies, rather bigger weeklies, I guess.
Yeah.
Ended up getting on PR for reasons like that. But got someone like you or Wolfen ended up getting on PR because of a big win at a monthly, usually.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at my weekly results, they actually aren't too great. Really, I don't think I've ever placed first at a monthly in August of last year. So again, that kind of goes back to my point where weeklies, in the grand scheme of things, they do help you improve, but at the same time, they don't matter a whole lot in the long run. It's really the monthlies where you want to put a lot of your effort and focus into.
Yeah, and that can be tough too, though, because some of our monthlies don't seem to be as interesting as others. Like, we had this Gambit where we only had 54 singles entrants.
Yeah.
And no out-of-state player, which may have led to that. Or who knows? Also, just odd timing with finals.
Yeah, I was going to say odd time for finals because Latai and SS didn't really enter.
Right. And I'm sure there's lots of other players that could have made that at least a much bigger tournament by just having another, 30 entrants like we usually do.
Definitely.
But now we've already confirmed that there's not going to be a Gambit for May. So it's like, so are we doing this, like, trying thing right now, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that is kind of a problem, but at the same time, it can't really be avoided because I know that May there's a lot of stuff going on for graduation for some. There is Java going May as well, so it's kind of hard to schedule.
Yeah. We've got Greninja Saga, which will be interesting. Hopefully we can have kind of a fun time there, but
yeah, Strutter got invited out, which is really
which is exciting. And hopefully he does his best, and hopefully he does great. But we'll see what goes on with that. But what do you think about the idea that top players are avoiding going to tournaments? Like there have been people who've said that, like Shane, for example, doesn't go to tournaments because he's afraid of people downloading him, or he's afraid of just like taking a random loss and hurting his PR spots, which, to be fair, happens to Psyche and Schroeder kind of regularly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that's what happened this PR season because Psyche lost to Junior Z and Amdod, Schroeder.
And he ended up losing the #1 spot for that, even though he was up on Shane.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's 2 ways to look at it. One, if you're really concerned about PR, which PR, the way I look at PR is that it's really used for, I guess, seeding for out-of-state tournaments, and just if someone's new to the scene or someone's looking into our scene, then that's what they're going to look at and see, okay, this is our top talent. So if you're concerned with PR, then yeah, I agree with what Shane might be doing in terms of maybe avoiding tournaments, but at the same time, it's like you're hurting yourself by not going improving.
Yeah.
Or even you're hurting other people by not improve. But at the same time, life happens, and you can't really go to everything. I feel like it's a cross between the two of I don't really want to go to. Oh, sorry.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I don't think that a lot of people are asking every PR player to be at every tournament, you know. But
Yeah, but
it'd be nice to see, you know, Shane a couple of times a month.
hmm
I don't think a lot of people would think that's ridiculous, is to see not just one of the region's best players, but a lot of people's favorite player.
oh yeah,
And I don't want to get too focused on Shane here or anything, because I mean we've still got Latai, who hasn't been going to a whole lot this season, and I guess you as well.
yeah,
And so a lot of people are like, so where are these guys that we don't only miss because we want to play them in bracket, but we actually like, you know, they're cool people that we'd like to hang out with.
yeah. And it's like I do kind of feel bad that I don't, and but a lot of the reason is I feel like most of the because our region is fairly young, so a lot of people are in school. Let's see, one, two. I mean, like over half our PR is still in school, so at least for me, that's the major factor why I can't go because I'm usually having homework until about 8 or 9. Oh, I can't go to.
Right, yeah, and that makes sense. And Summer of Smash is almost upon us, so
Oh yeah, definitely.
it'll be nice to have a little bit of a break from the school, and we should have huge increases in attendance at SAK, and also with SAK or Smash Lab moving to Friday.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Is that cool?
I actually like it a lot because Friday it's like right before the weekend, so I don't. At least for me, I don't have to necessarily do my homework, so that would give me a chance to go out to it.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I think Friday night is just a great time for everyone because Friday nights are usually when a lot of people have free time, I believe.
Everyone but me, hooray!
Oh no.
But I think it's going to be good for the scene overall.
Yeah.
I probably won't be able to get to too many Smash Labs, unfortunately, but I think it'll be nice for everyone, and I'm excited for it. But
Yeah.
you made another post, not on Facebook but on Twitter,
Yeah.
saying that you think AZ is a top 5 region.
Not well. The way I said it is, I don't think that necessarily we're top 5 right now because we're still, again, very young and still developing. But with the way that a lot of us are coming up, like Latai obviously beat Zero, Ollie is one of the best DKs in the world, Starter, Psyche, Shane, and then I guess you could count me as up and coming. I feel like we have a lot of potential and we could go very far in the future.
Mm-hmm. I think that's true. I definitely think we have a lot of strong talent towards the top. But some people would say, like, you know, okay, so you got a few pretty okay players that really haven't done a whole lot out of state yet. So, okay, that's nice. But what about your 10 to 20? How's that? How's your 10 to 50?
Well, I actually think that our 10 to 50 is very good because, I mean, I don't really mean any shots to a lot of regions like this, but I feel like some regions, like let's say SoCal or MVGVA, get a little like more spotlight or attention just because they have a very large stream. But I mean, you have players again like Tommy and I mean, and Dodd and Junior Z last season. Then Neezus has been doing very well recently. Skylar and Cybers have been doing very well. I'm probably missing a few people, but overall, I think our like 10 through 20 or 30 or even 50 is very solid.
Yeah, and I think one of the other things that our region has that is just ridiculous is the amount of hidden bosses we have. Krupp, Rensley, Apachai, Andrew Ryan, all these guys that, and I mean maybe Andrew Ryan doesn't count since he just doesn't want to play singles, but like all these guys that if they showed up and they like started competing, they would be towards the top of our PR most likely, or if they went to out-of-state tournaments, they'd probably do work, but you know they're just getting caught up with other things.
Yeah.
So always sad, but well, Felix, you made a really big post on Facebook, and I just want to ask, like, did you learn anything about social media posting this week?
I learned that I should really think about what I post before I actually post it, because looking back, that was definitely not the best way to address the situation. I still feel like I should have done something because I feel like there was like a little bit of a thing to think about, but at the same time, just the way it came across and just all the circumstances under, I don't think it was at all the best way to do it.
Right. I understand that. And there were a lot of people who got really upset. And then there were some Melee people who just came in and gave some like, "Hey, we're the best" kind of opinions. And
Yeah.
that I'm not gonna say whoever posted the big long post was like totally wrong in everything he said. But it's also like, who are you? You don't know us at all. But I guess that's all we're gonna have today, guys. So thanks so much for tuning in. Felix, thanks for your time, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.